first started testing, I was measuring photosynthesis, so I was measuring the oxygen output of individual plants. And when I first plugged in the oxygen sensor and had everything running, I noticed that the container was losing oxygen. And I was super confused. I was like, wait, what's happening? Why is it doing this? I had no clue what was happening. But then I went back, so I scrapped the whole experiment, put my thing back 2 days behind schedule. But then when I went back to school the next week, I was talking to one of my friends who's in a higher level biology class. And he's like, dude, you forgot about respiration. And I forgot that plants do respiration before photosynthesis. So that threw a quirk in all of my work and put me behind schedule a little bit. But it was just a funny story that I thought I should share.
Yeah, so my project entailed like driving out to different sites over like tons of miles. And then we would hike off trail to the site that I was monitoring. And so I needed this like big telescoping pole to like hold next to my source to take a photo to see the degree of the bend. And one time my mentor and I, we drove all the way out to the site, and it was like a 40-minute drive, and then we realized that we forgot the pole, and we had to drive like all the way back and come back. But it was just funny because it like takes a long time to get to the places where we had to go, and we like had forgotten other things on like other trips before too. But it's just like that's what one of the things about field biology is like all the equipment you have to take out, and you have to be able to hike it out and everything.
There were quite a few mishaps, but I will keep it short for your guys' sake. I got some pretty weird looks at Petco buying 10 containers of mealworms twice, so that was pretty funny. The worms were kind of unexpected in a lot of ways. They make a really weird noise, so I intended to have them in my room, but I couldn't sleep because they were making this weird noise, and I could not figure out what was in my house making this noise, and it was the worms. And they also smell gross, which was unexpected. So does the bacteria that I ended up growing in my classroom. So I'm pretty sure my whole biotechnology class was not too happy with me and my gross smelling project in the back of the classroom, but it ended up all right. So
when you start a science project, I think the vocabulary you use is so high, sometimes you can even pronounce what your project is, and that's really funny because like at the beginning you can even say the words, but at the end when you're presenting, other people just stare at you like, what is she saying? And like it's funny to see other people in the same place you were at the very beginning of the project. So yeah, I think that's really funny.
So in my lab, it's actually a recently new lab because the professor was recently hired, and so we got like all these new microscopes and gear, and so I was learning how to use everything at the same time. Like undergraduate students, graduate students, and then a few other employees at the U of A were learning this too.
SARSEF!